How are you tonight, Mr. Squire?
I'm just wonderful. How are you?
It's 5:54. Is anyone coming? Well, while it's just you and I and the world of Facebook, Mr. Squire, I'd love to ask you some questions. For example,
No comment.
you accused in a video that, my blog was a bunch of lies, but I backed up every one of my statements with video of you. So how did I lie when every statement was a video of you? Mr. Squire, did you not say that we should move Amazon to Petty's Island? At the time that you said that, had you researched to know that there was an easement on Petty Island? Did you know that the township tried to work with a developer for a billion-dollar development?
Wait.
Can't stand it recording.
Really?
Look, see, guy right there with the
Hi,
camera.
Van.
See, hello.
How are you?
Camera right there. Mm-hmm. Can't stand it.
So, Mr. Squire, had you Googled Petty's Island before you made that statement that we should move Amazon there? Because it took me about 10 seconds on Google to know that there was an environmental easement on that property, and that the township in 2004 had tried to develop the island.
Excuse me.
But yeah, you talked about putting Amazon there.
Can I talk with you for a moment?
Sure.
You don't want to talk to me?
Gotcha. Let's go.
I think that was just Van trying to intimidate me with a look. So, Mr. Squire, since you don't want to talk about Petty Island, how about the waterfront? Were you aware when you made the statements that you made last year about the waterfront that Pennsauken doesn't actually own that waterfront property? I guess I'll take that as a no. Mr. Squire, your computer does have Google on it, right?
Mr. Stringer, this is a private event in which we are not inviting you. I'd like you to leave. Oh, by the way, you're served.
Mr. Squire,
Get out.
this is a public event.
No, it's a private
that
event.
you invited everybody on Facebook. Ken Steinberg, who you are calling your co-runner.
I paid for it. This is a private location.
This is a
It's not
public event that you invited people to.
Get
But I'm
out.
going to tell you something else, Mr. Squire. In 2004, the federal courts ruled that bloggers have the same constitutional rights as journalists.
Good.
So therefore, and I know you're familiar with the courts, and therefore, I have a right to report on this. This is a public event that you invited the public to. If you're calling 911, I'm happy to show the police officers the invite where you invited the public.
Well, I'm uninviting you.
You can't invite the public and uninvite me, sir.
Sure I can.
I am a registered Republican and a resident of Pennsauken. I have my voter
Vincent
registration
Squire.
card here.
I'm at McCarroll's. Can you send a card here? We have someone who can go. McCarroll's in Pennsauken. M-A-C-A-R-O. Yes. What's the address? looks Caucasian Hispanic. Black jacket, blue jeans, white sneakers. Yeah, but his name is Mike Stringer.
A stringer.
Ashringer. A Stringer. Public nuisance. Vincent Squire. I booked an event here. Squire. Excuse me? No. 267. Thank you.
Mr. Squire, this is a public event. You invited the public. I can show the officers that you invited the public.
You got that?
Mr. Squire, I know you've seen my blog posts because you've mentioned them in every one of your videos. And again, everything on my blog is truthful and backed up by videos of your words. Mr. Squire, you are also a candidate running for public office. Did Donald Trump call the police when the press showed up? Mr. Squire, this is a political event and I'm asking you political questions. You have no questions about your or no answers about your candidacy? All I've done is ask you questions about your run for Township Committee, Mr. Squire. So, Mr. Squire, I asked you the question last year. You didn't answer it this year. I'm going to ask you again. How do you expect to be a viable candidate for Township Committee when you will not answer the public's questions? You put out controlled content via Facebook, and you don't answer anyone's questions.
In here, please.